My name is Mike Foster, the Entrepreneur's Mentor, and welcome to my latest interview, A Zoom With. You will know that I regularly share my own thoughts via my video snippets on my YouTube channel, but these interviews are a series of interviews to introduce you to experts in their field with a view of them sharing some thoughts or maybe some tips. And today I'm joined by Hayley Monks, Managing Director of Think, Inspire and Create, a people empowerment and engagement professional. Welcome, Hayley.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for inviting me.
Brilliant. Thanks for joining me. So, Hayley, I've got a handful of questions to run through with you. If I could just ask you to start with, just by introducing yourself and a little bit about your business, please.
Yeah, sure. So as Mike said, my name's Hayley Monks. I'm the Managing Director of Think, Inspire, Create. We are business process improvement and people skills development specialists. We help organisations streamline their processes to reduce cost and develop the skills of their people so they can continue that process and continue to develop themselves as well.
Super. Thanks, Hayley. So business climate as we are at the moment, it's difficult times, but how are you and your customers finding the business climate?
I think everybody would say it's challenging right now, and it depends on what your service provision is and what sector you're in, how challenging that is. I think it's a time for thinking creatively about what you can do and looking at how you can adapt to the situation, to home working, to working with your customers. But whichever way you go, you've got a lot of restrictions. So I think challenging would be definitely the word.
And you talk about restrictions and you talk about working from home. So how has the inability to go out impacted you, and what are you doing differently, if you like?
So as an individual, I'm a real people person. So the fact that I'm locked in and can't go out, I do find really hard. So the key thing for me has been staying connected, having lots of calls and conversations like this. So you feel that you're still part of the real world and things are still happening, and doing that the same with my key customers and my key contacts. So dropping people a note, checking in with them, seeing how they are and asking them if they just fancy a chat and catching up. And I've been surprised at the amount of people who've come back and go, yes, please, we'd like to do that too.
Nice adaptation, and fantastic that it's working well for you as well. So what are the three things that you're finding useful to get you through all this?
So firstly, it's got to be tools like this. Whether it's Zoom, Google Hangouts, Teams, FaceTime, having that face-to-face contact with people, both through work and family. In fact, I probably am spending more visual time with my family now than I have done in a long time, because everyone's keen to connect, and I think that's a big part of it. The other element is definitely structuring my day. Just making sure that I'm setting the alarm, I'm getting up, I'm sort of dressing for work when I'm working, and then I'm changing when I'm not working, and having that structure so I feel like I've got a weekday and a weekend. And that's been really important, so everything's just not blending into one for me. And then the third element is definitely exercise. Just getting out and getting some exercise. For me personally, it helps to reset my mind. So if I'm feeling I'm overwhelmed by something, that really helps to put things back in perspective.
So still doing some of the things that you're passionate about by the sound of it. I know we were speaking off air about some of the things you're doing with Zoom with your family, some quizzes, and you sound like you're doing some great things with your team as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's about thinking creatively and thinking differently. What can you do? Family-wise, we've done quizzes, we've done charades, we've done bingo. I mean, I haven't played bingo in years, but that's been a really good fun. And then regular catch-ups with my team. We have a daily catch-up. It's in the calendar every day. And if you come, you come, and if you don't want to come, you don't want to come. But it's been a real anchor for a lot of people to check in every day, to see other people, to have a variety of conversations, sometimes learn something new, sometimes just look at what an individual's doing and how they're working through a situation. But it's been key to keeping us all connected.
And earlier you were telling me that yesterday you had an online training course, took one of your training courses online. Was that a good experience?
Yeah, it's hard work doing a 3.5-hour workshop, which would have been in the room online. So we had to break it up, have a break every hour so people could go and walk about and get a drink. And I had to go through the original plan and the facilitator's guide to change it so that people could use breakout rooms and we could get more conversation going. So it didn't feel like it was a webinar and me talking for 3 hours, to try and put that level of creativity in it. And the team all loved it and the feedback was excellent. Although I think everybody's final comment was they prefer to be face to face.
But some good tips there, so thanks for sharing those with us. But great to see you sort of pivoting your business that way. So talking about the business then, how are you prioritising your business objectives right now?
For me, there's not a lot that you can control right now. And a good friend, former colleague of mine, always used to tell me to control the controllable. And that has stuck with me over the years. And it's a phrase, almost a mantra that I use a lot now. And it's where you put your energy and your effort. And right now, there's not a lot we have control over. So I focused on the things that I can control. And staying connected has been one of them. As I mentioned, I messaged out on email to some of my key contacts and my key customers, just saying, I'm here. If you fancy a chat, do you want to talk anything through? You know, I'm a listening ear, I'm a sounding board. And I had a huge number of them come back and say, yes, let's do that. And they're booked in the calendar. And that's about keeping visible, keeping connected with my customer base and my audience. And that's something I can do. I've also been working on my business plans and strategies. So there's a balance between survival, you know, keeping things ticking over now and planning for the future. And I think it would be easy just to accept fate and give up for a few months. But then come out of it no stronger than before. And I think now is an opportunity, you've got time in your hands to look at your website, look at your brand, look at your marketing, look at your messaging, and have everything lined up. So as we come out of it, which we will, and soon, then we'll all come out of it a lot stronger.
Sounds fantastic. And again, some good tips for us all, I think. And as I say to my clients, is to make sure you survive through this and thrive out the other side. So sounds like you've got some good plans in place. Last question really is to think about. I think it's about a month ago. You showed me one of your videos out of your bank of videos that you have with your online training program. Can you just tell us a bit more about that bank of videos?
Yeah, sure. So as part of the people skills development that we do, we have an interactive learning portal with about 450 short videos that they range from everything from some basic skills in Excel, Word, PowerPoint, right through to customer service, well-being and leadership skills. And the idea of these videos is that they're short, sharp learning topics that people can do, dip in and out of to build up their skill set. We normally use the videos as part of our learning programs, but we're currently opening that up to anybody who's interested in having access to that library to use it as an engagement tool with their team.
Fantastic. Well, I'd certainly recommend everybody to take a look at that, because I think it's about 3 or 4 videos I watched with you, and each one of those I learned something, whether it was a Microsoft tool or whether it was a learning tool. So really recommend people to look at that. So thank you, Hayley. Thank you for sharing your time with us and for sharing your thoughts with us. That'll be really useful for people when they watch this back. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
So please subscribe to my YouTube channel and get notified each time I publish one of these new interviews. And hopefully I'll see you next time for a Zoom with whoever's next.